Beyond Me, the show. I'm your host, Millie in the City. And we are talking today about the oversexualization of Black women in entertainment and just beyond. You get it? Beyond Me, the show. Okay, I got it. No problem. It seems like we're talking about the oversexualization of Black women and women, period, especially Black women in society, in today and beyond. The self-defense company that we have, is booming now because it's not safe. It's not safe. So we've had discussions before. We've thrown out Sierra. We've talked about her. She wasn't the only one there at the show, but I feel like she could have done a little something different. That's just my opinion. I don't really feel like I'm judging. That's just my opinion. She should have had more on. She has a husband. She has small children. I didn't like it. We know that some were for and against what she had on. I want to go direct my comments now to Angela Carter. Angela Carter, what are your thoughts of over-sexualization of the Black women? Did you want to share the comment that you made when you and I were in a private setting about what you really think about over-sexualization? Do you feel like it is a form of something or another? Let me put it that way. Do you feel like that you could share that?
Yes. I'm a
Say it.
Say it like this. I'm a four-figure woman, right?
Okay.
Four-figure woman to the T. But the way I dress speaks of me. You got to understand, it all comes from inside, I think. How you feel about yourself. If you feel like you're beautiful, you know you're beautiful, you don't have to go and expose yourself to millions of people. I mean, it's okay to show some skin, but to the part where you're showing all your cleavage, see-through. I mean, your butt is all up in the air and stuff like that. You really think, yeah, you might get some eyes because men are visual. You're going to get more than men looking. It's gonna be a lot of people looking, and it's going to be your kids, somebody else's kids. And you got to understand, I know you think, well, my kids know I'm this and that, and they know, and I'm respectable, and they good with that. But what about the other kids? It's a trend. It goes on, and you don't realize the effect you have on a generation and then this is what you see. This what happened, how things are now is because of trend. What happened year after year, and we look the other way. And we say that, and we condone it. We say it's okay. And we raise our kid in an environment. So now you see men with little boys and stuff with their pants hanging down. And you see them.
Dress.
Yeah, why are they dressed like that? Oh, that's the thing. Why?
That would be the first thing to turn me off about a man.
That's what I'm saying. Nobody's telling them to pull their pants up.
And you know what? And that's a whole other show. And I know you guys are with me this morning. I mean, that's a whole nother show. We throw a lot of words out there. Body positivity. That's some new bull. Can't say that. Okay, no cussing. That's some new bull right there. But I will say, I am always one to have my boobs up and up, but they're small. Okay, they're small, and so a push-up bra, love it. Okay, I won't say. Let me say this. I feel like I wish I had these conversations with my mother when I was younger, because I had no self-esteem, and my actions reflected it. I'm guilty. It did. Okay. And a lot of the way I felt about my body, I wish I would have had a Miss O, a JV Jones. Okay. I would have had those. Yes.
You know, you're my mom. I'm sorry. So
You ready? I'm ready. But I also saw the Felicia Richards and um those women. But because I didn't feel good about myself and I didn't know that everything about me made me a girl and a woman, what I did was, and I feel that's my daughter, CEO, okay? Um, I felt like that the way I raised her so that she would not have to feel the way I felt and to be proud of her body. You can't tell my daughter anything, not one thing.
yeah, but I don't think we had those really tough conversations while I was growing up about body positivity.
Yeah, I was focused. I was focused on one thing so that you wouldn't have low self-esteem. That was my only goal.
Yeah, but each generation, you said your mother, you know, you wish you had that, you wish you had done more or, talked about more. We all, we're a learning group of people. Every generation, we have to pass on as much as we can and our history from behind us. Right. So I respect my elders, Miss Angela, Miss JV. I respect you guys and your opinions, and I 100% still agree with you. Don't get it twisted. Even though I have my own opinion about it, I still 100% agree with my elders and where Black women came from before me.
Right.
Right. Okay. But we don't have those tough conversations about sexuality because we want to cover our kids and this like the world is really like this. It's really bad, but I'm gonna show you just a little bit of good. You know what I mean? And that's where we get our personalities from. And so my clothing reflects, how I was raised.
Oh, okay. So I love that. Thank you, Sierra. Oh my God, I love that. And that just in my mind as you were talking, I'm thinking about Miss O's daughter, Miss. Oh my God, that baby. Whew. She's just to me the shyest Miss O young lady that I've seen. I know she's your daughter, so I felt like, to be honest with you, she was the opposite of you. But when the straight A student, I think you've mentioned that before, right?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Very respectful. I mean, whose daughter doesn't try it? All right. Mm-hmm. I had a whole different opinion of her. And even when I see her dress a little sexy, she's 18, correct? I still, because I know her, I feel like what's behind it is.
But she doesn't, but Paris is a tomboy. So, yeah. I mean, if you've ever seen her, like, quote unquote, have a little something, it might be a crop top with some jeans.
Yeah.
But, growing up, and this is the thing I also want to say, too, is that we can't act like back in the day, your Sheila Eves, in your Apollonia Sixes, in your Princes, in your Carmen Electras, in all of these people. We can't act like back in the day it wasn't sexualized back then. And we also can't act like when all of us was younger. We're talking about like Sierra being the youngest. I'm almost 45 years old, but if I'm in my 50s or my upper 50s, no, I'm not going to wear a see-through dress. You understand? So like at the end sometimes when we're younger, we're going to express ourselves different as teens compared to when we're in our 20s and our 30s, compared to when we reach 40, compared to when we get in our upper 50s. So, we have all these different opinions, but I feel like our opinions, like if you look back at how you was when you was, I think Sierra's like, I don't know, maybe she's upper 30s or something. I don't know how old she is.
Maybe mid
30s or 40. I don't know. But and you also look at your Meg Thee Stallions and all these other younger sexualized females that's in the industry. Majority of them are younger. Like they might be in their 30s, something like that. Some are even like, tapping on the ending part of 20s. So when you look back at yourself and look at kind of like, I'm not saying you dressed like that or you acted like that, but if you look at how you were back in your 20s and your 30s and you was living your best life and you hanging with your girlfriends and you having a good time, you going out to the club, I doubt very seriously when you went to the club, you was fully dressed. You had, you didn't have on a mini skirt or you didn't have on something fitted and tight. You didn't have your boobs pushed up. You didn't have, your legs out. I'm for sure you still expressed yourself and you were sexy in those ages, that age range or whatever. So, I mean, when you're in different stages of your life, you express yourself differently. Once you start,
Right.
once you start to maybe have kids, once you start to get married, we keep talking about Sierra and her husband, that was right there with her,
Getting styles. Okay.
on the carpet with her, smiling, happy. He married her. He saw her before when she did My Goodies. He
I'm gonna
saw her way back when she was always been sexually. She's always
Miss O, I'm gonna take a quick break. I'll be right back. This is Beyond Me, the show. We'll be right back. Beyond Me, the show. Host Millie in the city. We are talking about the over-sexualization of Black women in entertainment and beyond. Woo! I knew this show was. I knew it. I knew it. Angela Carter, let me go to you, and then JB Jones. What are you doing, Miss Carter? Are you leading just by example right now about your sexuality in this day and age? Are you just leading by example, and you would love others to do the same? Is that what I'm getting from you?
Yeah, I definitely want to show a good look and image for the ones that come behind me.
Okay.
I think beauty lies within. That's the important thing.
Okay.
Like you hit on a number of things. A lot of what you're seeing is how a person actually feel about themselves.
Yes.
Okay.
Low self-esteem,
very high.
not really having a mother figure, a father figure, a broken home. A lot of times,
that's the Black community right there.
I myself come from I was raised by just my mother, never knowing my father. But with that said, I wanted more out of life. I seen my mother and her struggle with different various men and what have you. But me, for myself, I wanted better. Nobody had to tell Angela, you're beautiful, or they never had to instill things in me. I instilled things in me. I looked at certain leaders or people. I was like, wow. I mean, if they could do that, and if they could be like a Michelle Obama,
yeah,
First Lady, she ain't showing no cleavage. Come on now.
She's not. She. Okay, Nicole, you know what? It's so funny, Angela. I wanna. So I love that Miss O mentioned the Sheila E's Apollonia 6. And I completely forgot about Apollonia 6. I didn't forget about her. I forgot it was the 6 beside it and Vanity 6. Here was the issue. My mother was a youth, okay? But my girlfriends were not. My girlfriends were, I had a girlfriend, light skin, big breast, big butt, long black hair, and gorgeous. My daughter's godmother. 5'8", stacked like a brick. Okay? A brick. When I was young. Stacked like a brick. She's a bad mama jamma. They made those songs about my friends. Me, I wish I could go back. Because I would have been a bad mama jamma too. I just didn't have it. I had it. I was stacked. I was, but I thought it was more the over-sexualization for me was that I did too much and I wanted boys to like me and I got the attention that I didn't want, but thought that was the only way to do it. And I thought I was beautiful, didn't know that. I won't say why. I would just say I didn't know that.
Yes.
And let me tell you, and And she's going to say, no, that didn't happen. But I have been with JB Jones on many of occasions. Okay. She was my co host on Connect the City. See, shout out for that. Connect the City. And was she over sexualized? She was not. But gorgeous, nothing the same. And, men was like, oh, how you doing? And I'm sitting there like, hello? Y'all don't see me? Thank God that I believe and love myself 100%. Oh, I would have felt some type of way, Miss JB Jones. I didn't, but I noticed she didn't have when she was still sexy. And we all have to find our sexy. JB Jones, you don't have nothing to say. I know you.
I completely agree with that.
Do you agree? And then I go to
Can I say one
Miss
thing?
O. I go to Miss O, and
But
good God.
But this is the thing, though. This is the thing. My energy is sexy.
Yes, it is.
And I'm not boasting on myself because I'm extremely humble. I just want to say
But
that,
boast.
But
one thing I just really want to say, because I can wear like something that I feel is sexy, but I also wear business suits. I'm a paralegal by day. I work around attorneys every single day. I've been doing that for over 20 something years. I can go to business events. I know the protocol. I'm going to dress for the place and the time, wherever, whether I'm going to church, whether I'm going to a black tie affair, whatever I'm doing, whether I'm going somewhere with my fiance or whatever, if I'm around his family. However, I think the problem is that we put so much stock in how a person dresses and how a person, presents themselves to the world. And we boast so much that we're not like the next person. But and Miss Angela said the same thing. It starts in the inside. And a lot of us ain't working on our insides. And our insides, you might be walking around super dressed, looking great, but you might be the meanest person ever. Like you might not even be approachable. You might not even be able to talk to people because, you're putting this image out, and the image is great and everything, but what you're doing for your insides? Are you working on your spirit? Are you working on your trauma? Are you trying to heal? Are you trying to like become a person that is putting out more positive energy? Because at the end of the day, regardless if you have fully clothed to whatever, or if you're dressing like a Sierra, what people remember about you is how you made them feel in your presence. What they remember about you is when I talk to this lady, how did I feel when I talked to her?
Agreed.
Was she nasty? Was she mean? Was she standoffish? Was she rude? Did she look down at me? Did she judge me? Because it don't matter what you got on. If after I talked to you, you made me feel like you were judging me, or you made me feel like I was less than you, I don't care what you got on. I'm still not gonna respect you. I'm still not going to look at you like you're somebody that I'm listening to what's coming out of your mouth. And I think that is the problem. And that's where we need to start. We really need to start working and checking our attitudes and checking our demeanor and how we're presenting ourselves to the world. Because at the end of the day, that's how a person is going to respect you. That's what we lead to our kids and our generation and stuff. One thing they can say about Miss O is, I'm going to treat all y'all the same. I don't care whether you are dressed like Sierra, or I don't care if you are a pastor's wife and you're dressed like this. I'm going to treat you the same. I'm going to talk to you. I'm going to respect you. I'm going to get to know you. I might hear something from Sierra, it lands with me, and I might hear something from a pastor, and it lands with me. You understand what I'm saying?
But I completely agree with that. I completely agree with that. I don't want to cut you off, Miss O. But
no, I was done. Yeah,
I got a point that I want to make off of what you're saying. I don't want to forget that thought. But I think a lot of times people are attracted to that energy and to that confidence. And to some people, that is sexual. That is sexy. That is attractive. And I think a lot of times we miss the opportunity of, you may look, sexy and have on the attire, but you also need to exude a certain sense of confidence along with that as well. And so I do completely agree with you. I want to throw out here real quick, though.
Real quick, hold that thought.
Okay.
Oh, I got to do it. Please don't forget that thought. This is Beyond Me, the show. Right back. Host Millie in the City, part 2. Oh my gosh, of the oversexualization we're talking about of Black women in entertainment and beyond. Y'all still not getting that? Okay. No, I digress.
We got
You got it.
Miss Davy.
Uh,
What
I have,
happened?
Yes.
no, give me 1 second.
Oh.
I have four young ladies on the show. Young, beautiful women, despite our age, right? We're talking about this. We talked about Sierra. We talked about how we feel. I love that a few of you brought up the health of us. We've got to be healthy on the inside. Miss O, before I get to JV Jones, JV Jones wants to tell us about her experience overseas. I am just learning about the word energy. Not just learning because I've learned from you, but really taking it in. So when people make the comment, God, I love your energy, you're like, oh, that's nice. But then people keep saying it, you're like, oh. And then when you said, you talked about energy, I get it. And I think that I am drawn to energy to build my energy and capitalize on it. Make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely.
And I know that I didn't realize it until just this very second that's why I was drawn to Miss O, and that's why a lot of women don't like her. And I never well, they don't like you because they are bad. They are bad on the inside, and they can't accept the beautiful energy that you exude everywhere I see you. Even in person, at a show, you exude not only sexiness, but you exude that beautiful energy that one like myself is like, oh, I got to get to know her. I can add on. And I noticed that a lot of women are like,
Yeah.
what? You don't know her, but that's your fault.
Yeah.
And the same with Sierra. Sierra ain't got a lot of friends, but that's their fault. That's their fault. I don't know Miss Andrew as long as I've been knowing you guys, and even JV Jones, and her being on top of that, one of the nicest people you'll ever meet. They'd be like, I'd be like, you talking about who? Miss JV Jones? What's up?
I found out that St. Martin was known for the famous nude beach. And so, of course, everybody had their comment about it. Oh, you're going to be out. Oh, you're going to go to a nude beach and this and that. A lot of negativity. And so my mind was like, I wonder what this is going to be like. So, of course, we went to check it out. I did not go to Bear All, but I wanted to be able to see for myself how the people really were at this beach. And I'm going to tell you guys, it was an experience because the people really, it was so natural for them. There was, I wouldn't even say it's confidence. It's just them being them, period. Okay. And they were comfortable with it. And I sat there and I had, a beverage and just kind of, a few of us were there and we sat there and we talked. You're not supposed to like really stare at people or anything like that. So we didn't do that. But it was amazing to me to see this. And it was many, 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 many people. Okay. I mean, it was not no one or two, but it was many. And it just goes to show you that it's all about, like Sierra said, it's all about you and how you feel about yourself and how you want to express yourself. And, God is the judge of all. But at the end of the day, are they hurting anybody? No. And they're in the private. So I guess it goes back to what I said, too. There's a time and place for everything. And so, being on TV and stuff, kids and children. But of course, at this place, you're not going to bring your child to a new beach. So everybody there were adults. I don't.
But they naked. They always want to be naked anyway. Lord Jesus,
exactly.
Babies.
Yes. But it was a great experience, and it definitely had me leave thinking on a totally different level than I thought when I went.
Love the way you did. Check that out. Quick question, real quick, was yes or no? I already know the answer. Know the answer. So I'm going to say that you did not see Miss Angela Carter at.
No, ma'am.
Miss Carter, was you there? I know you wasn't there.
Oh no! No to the no to the no.
She was in those bushes peeking.
She was. So I know I'm going to O,
All right, Miss O.
would you have been at the nude beach naked?
Huh? What I have?
Yes.
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 Sierra, I already know the answer, Sierra. I often don't want to be my own coupon, so I would not be there. But I am a little curious.
Is Sierra going to the new beach?
Oh yeah, she going.
Mm-hmm.
She going.
Me and Sierra
you already know
cabanas together.
You already know you got a trip brewing right now. Go ahead and invite Sierra. She's going.
We're gonna get a cabana.
So you know,
Vacation.
I appreciate everyone. We are going to go to part 3. I didn't realize. I appreciate you guys giving me just a little bit more of your time. I had no idea it would go this way.
It's a great conversation.
I hoped it would. We all have to speak about it. I think what we'll talk about next is if everyone on this panel has someone, you have a man, a husband, fiance, and what they think about it. We'll talk about that. We'll also talk about, we'll finish it up on the next segment for part 3, how you feel sexy and what makes you feel sexy, either clothes or non-clothes or certain outfits, and how you portray yourself to the world. So I just want to thank everybody, but I do have to go to part 3, ladies. See you in a minute, guys. This is Beyond Me, the show. We're coming back for part 3.